most relaxing garden seating areas aren't the biggest. They're the best arranged. Today on Luxury Home Decor, I'm sharing smart layouts and DIY touches that turn patios and yards into calm retreats. Think fire pits placed for conversation, benches that hug the landscape, and lighting that guides the mood. Whether you're starting from scratch or updating a corner, these ideas fit every style and season without blowing your budget. Begin by shaping a destination. Choose one focal point, the fire pit, a sculptural chair, or a shade tree, and build your seating around it like spokes on a wheel. Leave comfortable pathways between pieces so movement feels effortless. Cozy doesn't mean cramped. It means intentional spacing. Use an outdoor rug or gravel circle to define the zone. Add 2 to 4 chairs, and keep side tables within easy reach for drinks, lanterns, and books. For fire pit layouts, think triangle, square, or semicircle. Triangles feel social and flexible. Squared seating reads organized and modern. Semicircles invite deeper conversation while protecting views. Keep at least 3 feet between chairs for legroom and safe circulation. Place the fire pit slightly off-center to avoid a campfire lineup, and encourage natural angles. If wood burning, mind prevailing winds. If gas, add a hidden shutoff and use lava rock for clean heat distribution. Small patio. Go low profile. Choose armless chairs, a compact love seat, or a built-in bench following the edge of your pavers. A narrow ledge behind the bench doubles as a perch for plants and candles. In tight yards, a round fire bowl saves space while keeping the gathering feel. Add poufs or folding stools that tuck away when not needed. A vertical trellis with jasmine or starry lights gives intimacy without heavy fencing or bulky planters. Seasonal design keeps the space fresh all year. In spring, layer soft greens, terracotta, and woven textures for an awakening vibe. Summer loves crisp whites, nautical blues, and breezy linens. Autumn warms up with russet cushions, brass lanterns, and chunky knit throws. Winter asks for charcoal tones, cedar boughs, and textured stone. Rotate textiles, swap pillow covers, and update planters to echo the season, letting your fire pit become the consistent, glowing heartbeat. Color schemes shape mood fast. Seek harmony with a three-part formula: a grounding neutral, a nature-inspired accent, and one metallic. Example: slate gray seating, olive cushions, and brushed brass details. Or sandstone pavers, sage pillows, and matte black frames. Metallic touches in lanterns, side tables, or planter rims catch twilight beautifully. Keep patterns subtle outdoors: pinstripes, herringbone, or microgeometrics, so the garden's textures remain the star while the seating feels curated and calm. Budget tip. Let materials do double duty. Reclaimed pavers define the circle and become stepping stones. A stock tank transforms into a stylish fire pit when lined and vented properly. Pallet wood, sanded and sealed, can frame a bench or side table. Choose cushions with removable, washable covers. They'll last longer and look fresher. Clip-on umbrella lights, battery lanterns, and solar stakes stretch your budget while giving you layered illumination that shifts from bright to dreamy. Comfort begins at seat height and angle. Aim for seats between 16 and 18 inches high with a slight recline. Mix one deep lounge chair with two upright sling chairs to support different postures: reading, chatting, stargazing. Add one ottoman that doubles as extra seating. Keep tables 20 inches high so mugs meet hands naturally. If you're building, slope the deck or gravel pad 1 to 2% for drainage. Then anchor furniture with rubber feet or pads. For patios that transition into lawn, borrow the landscape. Curve the seating edge to echo planting beds, then repeat a color from the garden. Lavender cushions, rosemary green throws, sunflower yellow lantern glass. Stone, gravel, and wood should feel like cousins, not strangers. Pick two and repeat them. A simple steel log holder can mirror the shape of your fire bowl, tying forms together. The goal is cohesion without matching everything like a showroom set. Shade is serenity. If you lack trees, introduce a shade sail, pergola, or freestanding umbrella. Place shade so afternoon light grazes, not blasts the seating. Consider the sun's path seasonally. A sail set too low can trap heat in summer yet feel perfect at shoulder season. Climbers like wisteria or grapes soften pergolas while scenting the air. In windy zones, use vented canopies and weight the base discreetly inside a planter or bench box. Fire pit safety can stay stylish. Keep combustibles 5 feet away. Store a metal lid for quick coverage. And place a heat-resistant mat on wood decks. Choose screens with subtle mesh patterns to cut sparks without killing ambience. Gas lines should be installed by pros and pressure tested. Then conceal the valve inside a hinged side table. For kids and pets, define a no-step ring with contrasting gravel, teaching boundaries while adding a handsome detail to the layout. Space optimization thrives on built-ins. A simple L-shaped bench along a fence multiplies seating while opening the center for the fire. Add flip-top lids for cushion storage. If you host often, create 2 zones, a conversation ring near the fire and a bar cart nook with ice, herbs and glassware. The distance between them keeps traffic smooth. If square footage is scarce, a single curved bench around a small bowl creates intimacy without clutter. Consider acoustics. Hard surfaces bounce noise, while hedges, grasses, and outdoor curtains absorb it. Layer planters with bamboo, miscanthus, or rosemary to hush the street and rustle pleasantly. A small bubbling urn near the seating masks chatter from neighbors. Place the water feature downwind of the fire to avoid steam drifting across the gathering. In compact yards, taller planters set behind seating act like sound shields while framing views and anchoring the vignette. Lighting is your evening magic. Start with pathway markers at ankle height, then add eye-level lanterns for warmth, and finish with a few overhead twinkles, string lights or low-voltage pendants. Dim everything gradually as the fire glows brighter. Candle clusters in hurricane glass bring romance, but mix in battery candles for safety on breezy nights. Aim for amber temperatures outdoors. Cool white light flattens texture. Motion sensors near entrances help guests feel welcomed and secure. On furniture choices, go for mixed silhouettes. One sculptural statement chair adds charisma, while simpler companions provide balance. Powder-coated aluminum resists rust. Teak weathers gracefully. All-weather wicker gives softness. If you're doing these, cement and wood side tables are easy weekend builds. Keep surfaces smooth to avoid snagging textiles. Choose cushions with quick-dry foam and UV-stable fabric, then store them upright for airflow. A basket of rolled throws invites guests to linger past sunset. Ground surfaces change the vibe. Gravel crunches invitingly and drains well, but use stabilizing grids to prevent chair legs from sinking. Pavers feel polished. Set them in patterns. Basket weave for classic, running bond for modern. Decking suits small yards where you need level platforms. A bordered outdoor rug softens hardscape and visually collects the seating. If your yard slopes, carve a terrace with a low retaining ledge that doubles as overflow seating during parties. Plants earn their place in the circle. Low herbs near feet release scent when brushed. Thyme, chamomile, mint contained in pots. Behind chairs, moundy evergreens create a green backdrop without hogging space. Add one statement pot with an olive tree or Japanese maple for height. In frost-prone winters, swap tender plants for winter-blooming hellebores and evergreen wreaths. Use matching planters in 2 or 3 sizes to keep composition tidy and rhythmically pleasing. Trend watch. Mixed natural stone with minimalist metal. A round Corten steel fire bowl paired with limestone chippings feels both modern and organic. Another rising look is the Camplux palette. Canvas, leather straps, and brass hardware with clean-lined seating. If you prefer cozy cottage, layer-painted iron, fluttery grasses, and soft gingham pillows. Trends are spice, not the meal. Apply them as accents while your core pieces stay timeless, durable and comfortable. For families, create flexible rings. Start with 4 main seats and keep 2 stackable chairs nearby. A wide bench catches kids and pets without tripping the layout. Store marshmallow sticks, blankets, and board games in a deck box labeled by season. If the yard doubles as play space, choose rounded edges and anchor lighter pieces with discreet straps. Teach a closing ritual. Lid on the fire, cushions upright, covers clipped, lanterns off. Simple habits protect your investment. If your climate runs hot, design for airflow. Avoid tall backs that block breezes, and leave small gaps between seating and planters. Light fabrics breathe better than coated ones. Choose performance canvas or acrylic weaves. Install a discreet fan under a pergola to shift air during still evenings. For surfaces, pale pavers reflect heat. Dark stone holds warmth for shoulder seasons. Keep a linen spray of eucalyptus and citrus to refresh cushions and deter insects. Cold weather comfort hinges on layers and radiant warmth. Toss wool throws over chair arms, add seat pads with thermal lining, and consider a tabletop heater positioned beyond reach. If using propane, select models with tip sensors and conceal tanks behind a hinged screen that echoes your furniture slats. A low, wide fire pit warms shins better than a deep, narrow bowl. Balance heat sources so one spot isn't roasted while others stay chilly. Style-wise, balance symmetry and surprise. Place identical chairs opposite each other for calm, then break the predictability with a distinctive side table or artisan stool. Repeat one motif, a ring, crossbrace or fluted edge, across planters, lanterns, and hardware to create a subtle through line. Keep color repetition mindful. If cushions are clay-toned, let that clay echo in terracotta pots and a stripe on the rug. This quiet rhyme makes the whole seating area feel intentional. DIY projects stretch value. Build a floating bench with galvanized brackets and stain to match your deck. Cast concrete pavers in plywood molds for a custom stepping pad. Convert a large terracotta saucer into a tabletop fire with gel fuel and fire-safe stones for quick ambience on weeknights. For storage, upcycle a weathered trunk. Seal it and elevate on feet to avoid moisture. Simple upgrades like brass screws or leather pulls elevate budget pieces instantly. Zoning helps larger yards feel intimate. Create a morning coffee nook that catches sunrise, then a sunset lounge near the fire. Connect them by a subtle path lit with low bollards. If you entertain, position the grill downwind of seating and give it its own prep counter. A slim herb bed between zones acts as edible decor and fragrance corridor. Keep the number of materials low so transitions feel smooth rather than theme park fragmented. Sound design sets the tempo. Hide a small speaker under a bench and keep volume low. Music should color the air, not dominate. Choose playlists that match crackling fire textures: acoustic, lo-fi jazz, or instrumental folk. Place the speaker away from open neighbors to respect privacy. If you prefer analog, wind chimes tuned to pentatonic scales harmonize with garden sounds. Just a few notes carry. Remember, silence is also a luxurious design element. Maintenance plans keep everything inviting. After each gathering, brush ash into a metal container, wipe tables with a microfiber cloth, and shake crumbs from rugs. Monthly, hose dust from cushions and reapply stone sealer when water no longer beads. Before storm season, photograph your setup so reassembly is simple after storing. Label covers by piece so the process stays quick. The less effort it takes, the more often you'll enjoy your outdoor sanctuary. For renters or temporary setups, think modular. Interlocking deck tiles create a clean platform without permanent change. Lightweight chairs with slim profiles are easier to move but still sturdy. Portable gas fire table gives the glow without masonry. Use planter clusters on rolling trays to shift with light and seasons. When you leave, the garden memory comes with you. Modularity proves you don't need to own the land to own the atmosphere. Safety checklist time. Keep a clear vertical zone above the fire. No low sails or dangling fabric, and always allow for heat to rise unobstructed. Use tempered glass wind guards in breezy areas. Store a small extinguisher in a weatherproof box within 10 steps. Forward storage. Stack off the ground to prevent pests. Check local regulations for open flames. If restrictions apply, opt for smokeless inserts or ethanol burners that comply while preserving that golden glow. Texture is the secret luxury. Mix smooth metal with nubby textiles, warm wood with cool stone, matte ceramics with glossy hurricane glass. Let bare feet meet something pleasant: outdoor rug, timber decking, or fine gravel that compacts. Choose one hero texture, like a ribbed planter or woven strap chair, and repeat it lightly around the circle. When textures converse, colors can stay restrained, giving the seating area a serene, high-end feel without overspending. Think long-term growth. If you plan to add a pergola later, set furniture where future posts won't interrupt seating. Run a conduit under the patio now for eventual gas or lighting upgrades. Plant slow-growing shade on the west so evenings grow cooler each year. Schedule seasonal updates. Pillow refresh in spring, lantern cleanup in summer, blanket wash in fall, sealer in winter. Design that anticipates change remains relevant, comfortable, and wonderfully low stress. When mixing styles, give each a role. Modern metal chairs bring line and clarity. Rustic wood stools add warmth. Classic lanterns deliver romance. Tie them together with one shared finish, like matte black screws and hardware. Repetition of small details calms the blend. Avoid over-theming. A subtle hint, one vintage plaid, one coastal stripe, whispers the story without shouting. Blended taste keeps the seating area versatile, appealing to guests with different preferences. Nighttime rituals make memories. Start with a simple lighting sequence. Cue your favorite mellow playlist. Then set out a tray with cocoa, citrus slices, and a pinch of cinnamon. Offer 2 blanket weights so guests choose comfort. Place a small game, dominoes or cards, on the side table. Encourage shoes off if surfaces allow. These rituals turn a collection of chairs into a cherished experience, making the garden not just a place, but a tradition. For privacy without walls, use layered screens. Combine a slatted panel with climbing vines and a freestanding planter. Stagger them so sight lines blur. Then position chairs to face inward toward the fire. If neighbors' windows loom, raise your backrests instead of building taller fences. A pergola beam that frames the sky draws the gaze upward, shifting attention from property lines. Privacy is about directing focus as much as blocking views. Consider sustainability. Choose FSC-certified wood, recycled metal, and natural fiber textiles where possible. Capture rainwater in a decorative barrel to irrigate planters. Upcycle brick or stone from local salvage yards for edging. Opt for LED bulbs on timers and solar where it suits. Plant pollinator-friendly blooms near the seating, and avoid chemical foggers. Instead, tuck citronella, lemongrass, and catnip in pots. Sustainable choices often look timeless and help your garden feel genuinely cared for. If your yard is long and narrow, design crosswise. Create short, defined rooms by turning seating perpendicular to the fence, breaking the bowling lane effect. Curved benches soften straight lines, while a circular rug invites gathering. Use a low arbor to connect two sides, then hang a pendant for a gentle ceiling. The fire pit sits slightly off-center to keep movement natural. With these shifts, a challenging footprint becomes a cozy, human-scale retreat. Color psychology helps you relax. Blues and greens lower heart rates. Terracotta warms conversation. Charcoal and taupe anchor the mind. Use the 60-30-10 rule. 60% calming neutral across surfaces, 30% supportive secondary on textiles, 10% lively accent in lantern glass, ceramics, or stripe details. If you crave bold, deploy it in items that store easily so the base remains serene. Calm color foundations make any firelit evening feel restorative. Hosting tip: prep trays. Keep a lidded basket with skewers, napkins, and enamel mugs ready to go. Pre-split kindling stored in a galvanized bucket looks charming and speeds ignition. A small sideboard with a cutting block and hidden recycling simplifies cleanup. Label one tray heat safe for placing hot lids or Dutch ovens. The smoother your backstage, the more graceful the experience feels, letting conversations and crackling flames take center stage effortlessly. If rain often surprises you, design for quick cover. A retractable canopy, a stash of chair covers, and breathable storage bins keep the ritual rolling. Choose furniture with open weave bases that dry fast and avoid puddle-prone cushions. Slightly tilt tabletops before storms so water runs off. After rain, a thick towel and 5 minutes of airflow return comfort. Resilience turns weather into a brief interlude, not a cancellation, protecting the mood you've crafted. Let scent and sound mark the seasons. In spring, tuck hyacinth and citrus near seating. In summer, basil and lavender hum alongside soft night insects. Autumn loves cinnamon pine cones and cedar shavings. Winter cherishes fir branches and smoky vanilla. A handbell or small gong announces the first spark, a tiny ceremony that signals togetherness. These sensory anchors transform ordinary evenings into signature moments your guests will remember long after the embers fade. Thanks for spending time with luxury home decor. If these relaxing garden seating ideas sparked plans for your patio or yard, please like, share, and subscribe my channel. Drop your questions or favorite fire pit layouts in the comments. I read them all and reply with tailored tips. New videos explore seasonal refreshes, budget upgrades, and space-saving designs you can try this weekend. Until next time, may your evenings glow warm and stress drift away.